Today, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Arizona's offense takes the field, and no surprises, the man that's guiding them, the Pro Bowler in his 4th season at the wheel of this offense, Kyler Murray.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
First play from scrimmage. Here's Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
The draft day trade sent Hollywood Brown much closer to Hollywood when Baltimore shipped him to Arizona for a first-round pick. He's joining the Cardinals at a great time, too, coming off of a breakout season. It saw him cross 1,000 yards for the first time on a career-best 91 receptions. He's going to make an already exciting offense that much more dynamic.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Throwing on first down is Murray. He's got Anderson on the slant. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Murray. That pass complete to Moore. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals are on the board first here in Vegas. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 44, Carr. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Raiders had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now Carr again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. J.J. Watt with a sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Carr. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. After the turnover, here's Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. And down he goes. Sheldon Richardson showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Murray. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray a give. This is Connor. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Week 2 underway around the NFL. And a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener. The 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night, a treat, a Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. To throw is Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. By Kel Roby-Coleman, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6, and I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Prater on to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. The slant connects with Davante Adams. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Carr now to throw. That is caught downfield. It's Waller. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We start with Russell Wilson's first home game in a Bronco uniform. Houston in town to take on Denver. And it's the Broncos who have the lead in the second quarter. Melvin Gordon accounting for the lone scoring thus far as he's cashed in with a touchdown run. Let's stay in the AFC West to check out what's going on with the Chiefs at home in Arrowhead. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdown passes as his guys moved to 2-0 on the young season. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. 2 touchdown passes there for Marcus Mariota. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure they're friends from the defensive side of the ball. Because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Carr to throw for it on fourth down. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. The open man here, Renfro. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Being chased out left. And he is going to have a Raiders first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. They'll get 19 yards there. That'll be good enough for a Las Vegas first down. Carr, a handoff here to Drake. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs to the 27-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Into the red zone, it's Carr. He hits Adams, complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And they're going to speed things up here. Jacobs again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Now Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal. Simmons picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They start with a give to Connor. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run behind center with Connor. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Again, a run with Connor. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And this is going to be a Cardinals 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Connor up the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. strange ballgame, Charles. We did not have a single point by either team after half. Really a defensive clinic by both sides in half number 2.
Wasn't that just beautiful to watch? Come on, man. Come over to the dark side with me. Wasn't that fun to see these defenses holding sway, right? Making sure they're controlling the game in the second half. It lets you know that you've got to score points when you can. You never know when offenses might go a little bit dry, and you need those points from earlier.
So for Arizona, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to rebound next week on.